as you guys can see by that title, today is going to be a story time. And it's different from any other story time, y'all. This is a story time that happened at a workplace. And it's just like, girl. But yeah, before we get into the video, make sure you guys go ahead and like this video up. Comment down below, subscribe to my channel, because we're on the road to what? I know y'all tired of hearing me saying it. 500. We're on the road to 500. And I'm aiming to have that before the end of October. So I got to push. Vlogtober, or whatever you want to call it, is also coming up. So I want to participate in that. I got to get my video ideas together. I can't guarantee y'all a video every day of the month, but yeah, this is the same outfit from the last video, because this was all recorded on the same night, because I'm trying to push my stuff out. And yeah, without further ado, we're just gonna go ahead and jump straight into the video. So y'all, this took place in 2021. Was it 2021? I believe it was 2021. I don't know, can't remember for real. So we're gonna go ahead and give everybody a name. My co-worker name is going to be Troublemaker, and my supervisor name is going to be Snooty. Okay, so Snooty and Troublemaker. So boom, it was any regular work day. So at this time I worked at a event place, or whatever you want to call it. I don't want to disclose too much information, but I worked at the event space or whatever. So it was one of them days that I come in, you know, I come in with uniform, ready to work, unfortunately they had placed me with someone else other than my favorite supervisor, because my favorite supervisor, he messed with me, like, for real. I was like this with my supervisor. Like, he always looked out for me. Like, he'd be like, oh yeah, she's coming to my gate, and you know, whatever, whoop de whoop. But this go around, I don't know what was happening. I don't think he was like a head worker that day. So basically he didn't get to choose like who he wanted to come with him, like always. So they assigned me to Snooty's gate instead, and this is where I happened to meet Troublemaker. Now, I had seen Troublemaker around, but I never said nothing to her, because I never really said nothing to nobody at this job unless they said something to me, unless we was working together at the same gate. That's about the only time that I would create like, what, not, I want to say friendships. I need to eat this because it's melting. So I'm gonna be eating this while I tell the story too, because it's melting. And yeah, oh yeah, disclaimer that the fan is, oh my, did y'all just see that? All right, sorry about that, y'all. I had to get stuff together. But yeah, so I had seen Troublemaker around, but I never really interacted with her or nobody for real. Like, weren't spoken to, and that was just that. Like, it was a couple of people that I see all the time, and you know, it become a regular to speak to them, like, hey, how you doing, you know, just being cool with them. Because one thing about me, I think the only time, well, no, even when I was younger, I was a good worker still. Like, I always been a good worker, not a hard worker, but a good worker. Okay, so all the supervisors and stuff, like the head people, they mess with me, besides the ones from the next story that I want to tell y'all about them, well, about this job. But yeah, so I just so happened to get put on a gate with her. Now, I had no idea that she was a troublemaker at this time. So of course, we been at the gate like for what, 8 hours, 7 hours, it don't matter however many hours we at the gate. Ooh, it's cold, y'all. Hold on. We're bound to start making conversation. We're bound to start talking. Like, that's just normal co-work culture. Like, unless you just don't, I said co-worker culture, unless you just don't fool with nobody and you just come in, you don't say nothing to nobody, you don't say none of that. You know, okay, I can see that was different. But me, I'm cool. Like, you speak to me, I'm gonna speak to you. Like, I'm not gonna be rude. I'm like, hey, you know, keep it short and stuff. Like, you wanna talk, we can talk. Like, I'm cool, whatever. So yeah, she was at my gate, and then there was another person at the gate too. We were gonna call him, we're just gonna call him Boy. He don't need no name for real, because he's not really in the story. So boom, we get to our gate and everything started out smooth, y'all. Like, you know, we got our people coming in, and you know, troublemaker is people occasionally walking by, like other workers and stuff. You know, she shouting out to them and talking to them and stuff, and then like she's interacting with the customers or whatever, just being free spirit. And I was like, okay, she's actually cool. Like, you know, we can be cool or whatever, we can be cordial. So I need to slow this story down because I'm going real fast. So we was talking, and you know, I was just asking her how long she been working there or whatever, you know, again, the typical getting an old person. And y'all, truth be told, I really don't remember that girl full name. Like, I don't. And boom, you know, the day just going by smooth. Now, as far as Snooty, usually at work, when we'll be at a certain gate, our supervisors are supposed to supervise us up until like midway of the event that's happening or whatever. Like, they don't supposed to just automatically leave. So Snooty did the opposite. We got to our gate, we got a debriefing or whatever, and she stuck right there for about 15 minutes. Then she was like, okay, they got me running 2 other gates or whatever she said. I'm gonna be back around or whatever. So we just like, okay, we're not really stunning her good. It's just like, okay, you stepping away, that means we're gonna be able to be free to do what we want to do anyway. So it is what it is. Good, go ahead and go. So boom, she get to walking around or whatever. We don't see her. This, mind you, this started about, I want to say it started about at least about 4:35, yeah, around somewhere around that time mark. So yeah, 15 minutes in, she disappears. She comes back around like I want to say 7, and she's just asking us, oh, are y'all good or whatever, you know, and we just like, yeah, we good, you know. And she was like, okay, I'm about to go ahead and head to lunch. And in my head, I'm thinking like, that's weird. Like, none of your gate members have went to lunch yet, but you talking about you finna go to lunch. Like, I understand that the lunch opened at a certain time because the job gave free food or whatever that comes with, you know, and they used to have some good stuff, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes. But yeah, so she was like, I'm about to go to lunch, and after that, when I get back, we're gonna start breaking or whatever. And we was like, okay, cool, that's fine. But it's still in the back of my mind, like, any other gate that I've been at, like, we always go first and then the captains go last. But I guess that's how she ran her gate, so I ain't say nothing. So we waiting around, and now she finally come back around. It's around like, it's probably like an hour later, so I say 8:30-ish, I don't know. So she comes back around, and she lets the boy go. And she was saying she let him go because, sorry y'all, somebody text me. She lets the boy go. Now, I'm not against it, but she was saying that he was complaining about he haven't had nothing to eat all day or whatever the case may be. Y'all, who knows? They probably been sneaking around. I don't know what it was. I think the boy was new too. But yeah, so she let him go. Matter of fact, I lied. She didn't come back around at 7. She came back around at 6. Had to be about 6:30 going on 7. Because yeah, she didn't come back around again till like 7:30 going on 8. So yeah, she let him go, and now this is when me and Troublemaker starting to like raise the eyebrow, because it's like, how you gon', I understand he knew or whatever, and like, feel free to go get you some food. Like, I'm not tripping about you going to get no food. It's just the fact that you have, I think it was either 3 females or, I don't know, y'all. I think it was, I don't know if it was 2 of us and then like 2 males or what. But she had only sent the one boy on his lunch or whatever. And the other man was like, oh, if she was going to send him, then she might as well should have sent us at the same time or something like. Actually, y'all, I'm lying. It was 5 of us at the gate, so it was 3 females and 2 males. And Troublemaker talking about it, because we just like, what's going on? Like, how he get to go first? Like, that's just weird. Like, why is he going first? And we've been sitting right here the whole time too. Like, he didn't come up with us at the. That's another thing too, y'all. He didn't come up with us at the same time. Like, I think he was new, so they was like trying to show him around or something. He didn't even come up to the gate with us. They had placed him. They was like, okay, we just need we need you to sit right here at this gate or whatever. So the next time she come back around, she's like, we asking her basically, can we go to lunch or whatever? Like, whether it's you send one and you send one of us and then that one come back, then I go, you know, stuff like that. Because around this time the gates had died down. There was no traffic for real, and yeah, we were just confused as to what's going on because the lunch ended at like 9:30 because the events didn't run that long. So, well, certain events didn't run long, like, ooh, excuse me, y'all, I keep on burping, but certain events didn't run long. Me and Troublemaker asking her, like, can we go to lunch, or like, do we still have to wait or whatever? And she was trying to tell us to wait till Boy got back. But y'all, Boy had disappeared. Boy disappeared. He did never come back to the gate. Like, this man was gone for over an hour. I don't know where he went to go hide at. And me personally, I never went to go hide, so it's like I wouldn't know. But y'all, that boy went to go hide somewhere, or he went to another gate where his friends at or something. Like, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But he disappeared. He never came back. Did she say something? No. Like, you don't even know where your other worker at if you steady focusing on us. So we asking her, can we go? And she was like, yeah, I think you guys should wait until he gets back or whatever. And it was like, well, he haven't been back and we haven't seen him like around at all. And she was like,
we're really supposed to wait until our gate gets to 65% or something like that. 65% entry, and then that's when everybody's supposed to go on break.
I'm like, okay, well, if that's the case, then how come you got to go to your lunch immediately after the lunch had opened, but we still right here 8:30 going on 9, and you know the lunch finna close? Like, what was you gonna do? Just let us starve? Hence the name of the story time, because it's just like, girl, what are you talking about? So boom, me and Troublemaker finally convinced these ladies to let us go to lunch because she was so adamant about it being 65%, then we can go to lunch. But we was just like, they're about to close. So me, Troublemaker, and the other man who was at the gate had to hurry up and rush upstairs, only to what? To find out there was nothing but ice cream left. Whole meal missed out on, because why? She wanted to go ripping and running wherever she was running off to. Done let Boy go on his lunch before everybody else, and he never even came back. Because usually we break each other, but I guess since we had a small amount of people, they wanted to keep somebody at the gate. So yeah, then on top of that, you went to go get your own lunch and left us here to what? You left us here to starve while you getting your grub on. Like, I didn't like that, and we was fed up. So as we was walking out, we was just like, Troublemaker was just telling me now, like, oh, she always had it out for me, and she just disliked me for some reason, and this, then the third, or what she ever, whatever she was saying. Yeah, I don't remember bar for bar what she was saying. Ended up coming across the other captains, like, that was above her, and we was just telling them what was going on. They was like, oh no, this terrible, we gonna tell da or whatever. And I know y'all gonna be like, oh, you snitched. Yes, because I was hungry and I didn't want no ice cream for dinner. Like, yeah, I can go home and eat and stuff, but by the time we'll be getting off, everything will be closed. Like, y'all will be upset in this predicament too. Like, I'm so, like, I wasn't rocking with it. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, we tell them we go back to the gate, and, you know, we letting more people in. Now, this time, Snooty wanted to be at the gate or whatever, doing her job. So, she wasn't really saying much to us, and by the time the gates closed or whatever, we got everything all set up and put away or whatever. So now this is the debriefing. Again, this one is the debriefing at the end of the night. So she's talking, and she was like,
great job today, team, but a few cons about today is we must wait until we get to a 65% rate. Entrance rate. We must wait until we get to a 65% entrance rate, and then that's when everyone will be able to go on break. Also, don't yell out at the customers because they may take it as the wrong way.
Now, y'all, she was being shady Oh wait, and she said
also, please don't step away from your post to go tend to anything else, because that is a abandoned post.
Now she was talking to me with that. I forgot to mention this earlier, but a lady, I forgot what happened. Like I told you, I forgot what event it was. She had left her phone or her daughter something like that. And I had stepped away from the gate because it's just like we closed anyway, like everybody leaving out. So I stepped away from the gate. I helped her, like I followed her to wherever she was sitting at, because that was the protocol, to follow them so they won't like try to walk out with nothing and steal nothing, or you know, bring anything else in. So I walked her to her seat, and she found it. She was like, oh my gosh, thank you, or whatever. And as I was coming back, Snooty was right there, and I guess she seen it or whatever. But me personally, I didn't care, because it was me helping somebody. Like, ain't this what y'all told us to do in training? Like, help somebody if they need to be helped, and if they need to be helped, then to follow them and take them to their location. Like, don't just let them go. Like, what? I don't know. So yeah, she was being shady. And then the other comment about being loud and stuff, she was talking to Troublemaker, because I told y'all early in the story, Troublemaker was like one of those loud people, not loud and obnoxious. I think that's how you say the word. Well, she could be loud and obnoxious, but me personally, I wouldn't know, because I never worked with her again after that. So yeah, that happened. She was talking to them, and we just looked at each other like, now she doing shots. So as we walking away, we just talking about it or whatever, and it basically ends the night. So now we come back to work, and I'm just telling my supervisor, like, please, my favorite supervisor, please don't put me back on the gate with that lady. Like, let them know, like, I don't agree with working with her, because what she did was real messy and real shady. Because why would you do something like that? How you gonna get mad because your upper management let you know what we had said about you, as they should, even though we could have said it ourselves. But of course we're gonna go to somebody that's in upper management, because we said it's gonna be as defiant or whatever they gonna look at it as. They're not gonna look at it, they're not gonna look at you as a person. They're gonna look at you like a worker and try to fire you and all that. So we went to them and let them tell you, now you out of attitude because we done told the truth, and you know this is exactly how it happened. So the other story that I'm referring to is a situation that had happened after that, and I would tell that, but this story is already getting long. So yeah, it's a situation that happened after that, and we're gonna fast forward from that part. After the situation of me going to the higher ups, not even the ones who we told on her on, but the higher ups, the ones that's above all of them, above everything. Now she want to come to me and was like, oh, I apologize that this and that happened. You know, she's a troublemaker. She's a known troublemaker, and it's just I didn't want, you know, you to fall into that, because you're a good worker and basically trying to apologize. And I'm just like, hey, yeah. And she was like, yeah, you know, I have a son your age, and you know, we can get together outside of work. I'm just like, girl, get together outside of work. Well, I'm not going nowhere with you outside of work. What are you talking about? Basically just trying to be friends and stuff. Like, I'm just like, girl, okay, Snooty, I guess. But yeah, y'all, that's the story time of how she left us to starve and left us to eat ice cream for dinner. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys like my video up, comment down below. Check out my last video. I'm gonna put it right here because I'm pointing that way. I'm gonna put it right here. Check out my last video. Subscribe to my channel. Get me to 500. I'm gonna keep on saying it. Because yeah, manifest. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.